Weird shit. A lot of weird shit. Like today I was walking down the street and there's this like annoying girl who always fucking bothers me. And she was just like, I like your pants. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And she's like, I'd like to take them off. I get so fucking just discombobulated with this shit, man. That's like the best way I can put it. Just discombobulated. Like everyone always has to make like some sort of lewd comment, or they always gotta try to take me out on a date, and it's just like I can see like red flags from a mile away. Like I ran into someone not too long ago, and this guy is like already setting me up on a date to go out with him, like virtually without my fucking permission, And then like he's starting to ask me like why I'm at certain places and like what I was doing there. And he's like, dude, you're not my fucking dad. Like this shit, like it gets outrageous. Like it's like it gets to the point where like people they don't treat you as a human being. They don't. They just see you as an object. They see you as some fuck toy, and you know, I kind of got a saying going around that I'm gonna start using, and it's like, I'm not a virgin, but I certainly act like one, and that's just going to be my motto from now on. It's just like I'm the one who's gonna survive the fucking serial killing spree that's gonna go on here, and you're all gonna die because you were busy fucking. That's how it always happens. So, I'm just gonna live by that motto because that is just, I'm so fed up with it. Like, I just forgot. Like, don't people center around feelings anymore? Isn't there like any sort of sense of empathy towards how people are and what they would rather feel emotionally than what they would want to feel physically? Like that means so much more to me than all this physical nonsense. And it's basically just like all the cool kids are doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. So you should do it too. You should do it too because all the cool kids are doing it, and that's how they spread diseases and stuff and sort of wipe themselves out. And yeah, because all the cool kids do it. All the cool kids shoot heroin, by the way. That's what all the cool kids do, and that's sort of like the nomenclature around shit. And like I am having such freakouts lately, and just like this unwillingness to be happy, and it's like really hard. It's really complicated, and uh, I do a lot of psychedelics and stuff like that. I haven't done any lately, but I do some of these just to remove like some barriers in my head, to remove some things that are making me unhappy or giving me anxiety and fear. And, I removed one of those blocks like a couple of weeks ago, but, it's just like you remove one area, then like another one's going to start clouding it up. And so now it's just like just this really long, hard, remote feeling of unhappiness. And it's just like I'm really trying to narrow it down. And it's just, I'm just going through a bunch of straws right now, just like going down the tally board, being like, okay, it's this, no, it's that, it's this, it's that, and yeah, I feel really unmotivated a lot of the time lately, and it seems like I center my thoughts and ideas to strange places, and I really would like to talk about things that interest me. It's just like no one wants to talk about that stuff anymore. All people want to do is talk about politics or pop culture. Pop culture is not interesting to me. Politics aren't interesting to me. Drama and gossip is not interesting to me. What's interesting to me is when I close my eyes and I hear these strange sounds after I've taken a bunch of weird voodoo pills that kind of open my brain to another hemisphere, and I hear like this weird ringing sound, and I see like these weird fucking alien things, and it seems like they are like slowly killing us, like they're slowly like giving us like this big illusion, like to prosper and do all this stuff and do that, and it's gonna do you good. But just like what it's really doing is like sort of taking our spiritual energy away, and we're not doing the things that we should be doing. It's like these aliens, these creatures are like feeding off this, and I hear this weird ringing sound when I do this. There's this weird fucking ringing sound, and it's funny too because it's just like people who have like attempted to commit suicide and have like survived, like a gunshot to the head. They always talk about a ringing sound. They say they hear a ringing sound. And I think that ringing sound is the fucking aliens, whatever the fuck they are. Not like aliens like flying in UFOs and shit. This is like the best way I could describe them, just as aliens. There's sort of like this weird kaleidoscopic sort of spectrum of colors to them. They're kind of like they look like plants almost, and they make this ringing sound, I guess. And like this is the sort of thing I want to talk about, but like people just like they're like, you're crazy, and like we don't talk about that weird shit. But then people can sit there and throw on a tinfoil hat and listen to Alex Jones talk about, child sex slaves on Mars all fucking day, and lizard people living underground. I'm just like, this is just another weird thing that I'm throwing out there. And it's these brain-sucking, energy-absorbing aliens. I find that far more convincing than, I don't know, this weird, stupid stuff about what's going on within the deep state or within the media. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, the stuff that goes on there is just way too fucking obvious at this point. So, like, I really, find it hard to connect with people because it's just... I don't know if I find people boring. I think I do. I think I find people boring. Very boring. It's not like I want to sit here and talk about myself all day. It's just like I think I find people boring. And, they just want to do the boring things. They don't want to do the fun things. They just want to do the boring things. And I think that's my own fault. It's like my own fault. It's like not being like abrasive enough towards people. And I really wish I could be. But it's some weird mental thing where I push people away a lot. And some people are like, that's your problem. You push people away. And, sometimes it's like the only time I really feel happy is when I do push people away. When I can kind of retreat to my own little quiet zone and be myself and do the things I want to do. Where people can't interfere and try to fuck me or make me do things I don't want to do. That's really a lot of people just try to sign you up for something that you don't want to do, and they try to coerce you into it. And it's like, what are you doing? I did not sign up for this. And I don't know. It's just a lot of weird things. I do a lot of weird things, and I wish I could talk more about them, but people think I'm crazy. When I sit there and talk about flickering lights and stuff. And those have actually been giving me nightmares lately. I'm having nightmares of flickering lights because the lights, when lights flicker, I get a little weird. It's been happening for a couple years now. This weird thing. Something profound crosses my mind. Something I want to change something in my life, or I'm going to do something differently. The fucking lights will start flickering. The electronic units will shut off for a couple seconds, then they'll turn back on. And this has been happening for years. It's been happening for years. I'll walk down the fucking street. It used to be every time I walked under a street lamp, the light would shut off. And that happened for 3 years. Every time I walked under a street lamp, the fucking light would shut off. And now it's just the lights just fucking flicker. It's so weird. I don't want to be the little kid from Akira and blow up half of fucking Florida one day because some electromagnetic charge fucking blew up in my head or something like that. I don't know what the fuck to think. A lot of people be like, you're just doing too many drugs. And it's just no, I actually don't do enough drugs. I really haven't done many drugs. Actually, no. I try to avoid caffeine and I try to avoid cigarettes. I try to be as sober as possible. And it's the more sober I am, the crazier I get. So I don't know. I thought I'd just say some of that.